Investors and traders, welcome to the channel. Market Chart Pattern. Today is 18th of May 2024. I hope everyone is having a great weekend. This video segment is about the precious metals, mainly gold and silver, and we will also be taking a look at the select gold equities as well. As always, this video is for educational purposes only and is not a financial advice. What Before we go deeper into the gold chart, let's actually take a look at the commitment of traders report. This is a report which is produced on a weekly basis. It's collected around Tuesdays and published by the exchange on Fridays. But we are taking a look at it on barchart.com, and I'll show you how you can actually also access this report. Before we go into that, just want to show you what we are looking at is the price chart for gold, and going back about 20 years of data. And what we see here at the top and the bottom of this is basically commitment of traders report. This is the top part is the legacy format, and this bottom part is the new format, which is the disaggregated report. So we'll just mainly focus on the legacy report for our purpose. It is a little bit simplistic to take a look at. And what we see is a red line here. It actually is the commercials, which consists of producers, merchants, processors. So basically, essentially, they are engaged in the process of hedging for the commodity. These are big speculators in the green. These could be hedge funds, for example. And the one line in blue is the small speculators. These could be large individual traders as well. So what I want to point out in this chart is 2 points here. So if we look at, for example, the point around September of 2018, and also the one around January of 2016, here the red line is actually very close to being a net positive in terms of the contracts being held by the commercials. So they had been actually buying when the market was declining. They have been doing their buying for quite a long time, and that's when around here they, in fact, in my opinion, I think I can't see the data exactly, they actually became net buyers. And then the turn came in the market when they began to sell through, and that's when the market actually began to take off. So that's the kind of condition we want to take a look at, and something similar happened around here while this market was sideways. But the commercials, especially after in October 2016, they were actually accumulating here, and I believe they became net positive buyers again for a brief period, and that's when the move in gold started. And now they are just selling and the market is rising. And what I just want to point out is that it does appear that there might be actually further continuation of this move possible, just because the historically what we have seen is the commercials being a little bit more is selling through their contracts. So this is just trying to gauge through this. It's not a timing tool. It's more for the condition of the market. Now, how we can get this data, just want to show it to you. So basically, we can go to barchart.com, and then we go into futures section. And we click on this, and here we have a commitment of traders report. We click on this, and here you will see essentially all the different markets that are being covered, and we go and find the gold markets, which is going to be the metals, and they're also doing it for silver, high grade copper, platinum, palladium, and aluminum as well. Okay, so moving back to the daily chart of gold. So this is COMEX gold. It's a futures chart. This is not spot gold. So if you're looking at spot gold chart, your prices will be different. Last Friday on the daily chart, we can see we had a really nice candle formation. So it's a really positive bullish price action for gold, and gold move, wow. It closed around, wow. So that's about a $30 move in gold. That is fantastic. And what it has done is right moved into this gap that we were watching for. The reason I'm calling it a gap is because that's the top of the wick, and this is the bottom of top of this candle, and it's kind of a gap formation here, so it's just moved right into it. Now with this kind of a move where the momentum is also positive for gold, just a 1.27 to expansion on the gold chart could actually see this move to 24.95, and above that 25.50 is also possible. So good looking chart formation, positive momentum here. What we were looking for when we did the video last weekend, there is a possibility of ABCD down because of the 61.8% retracement coming in, and then we had a negative closing day the following day, but there was just no follow through, so the market started to actually negate that pattern, so I've removed that. Now if we just take a look at the weekly chart, just reorientate this one, and here what we can see is this chart is also really looking really strong. It's actually getting above the 1.618 expansion, so we do have further targets that we can take a look at, and let me show you those longer term on this quarterly chart. So this chart is actually longer term. Each bar is 3 months candle, and we have targets as high as 2700. So the gold is moving in a fantastic it has had a fantastic move. It's starting really this year in earnest around the month of February. So 2700 could be a area where we could have pretty strong resistance come in, just because of the number of these patterns completing around here. So we have this big blue pattern ABCD, we have the smaller brown one coming around here. So because of this, we'll be watching 2700 very carefully. Should the market get there, and the chances are it is likely to get there. Now let's take a look at the silver contract. Now this is the COMEX silver. So we were talking about $30 move in gold, but you look at this move, this nice big move in silver. So what a fantastic Friday for silver, and it went right into the 1.618 expansion of this swing high to low, and there's also smaller ABCD around here. So maybe next few trading days we can see some sort of a consolidation here, because could it be an exhaustion bar, and the market consolidates for a few days? That's possibility is there. So this is what we have seen in silver. And if we just take a look at this on the weekly chart, here we go, we can see further price action target could be 33.80, which is essentially the 1.272 expansion of this move high to this low, and then further than that is 38.25. And now the key thing is, if the market goes below this point 26.26, then this is negated, but the market is way higher. I just wanted to point that out. And on the quarterly chart here, so each candle is 3 months, so it's a quarter represented by each candle. We have pretty strong resistance around 35.26 to 36.30 because of the ABCD and 61.8% retracement, and above that 1.618 expansion is around 38.47. So this is what we are looking at for the silver market. Okay, so we will now take a look at some of the key gold equities. So let's start with GDX. This is the gold miners ETF, and look, wow, what a fantastic looking candle last Friday. And the really important thing to watch is that when we did the video last weekend, we were looking at this line, and we were watching for a ABCD formation here, which had already completed, and we were thinking that okay, it's just gone and actually matching the top of the range. But now there is a nice candle which actually broke out of this big range consolidation, and if there is a continuation move, then it's likely to be a sustained a breakout. And if we were to look at the pattern formation, so now I will be looking at a pattern like this. So that's a double bottom. Let me write it here. Okay, and the ABCD, which in my opinion is a confirmed ABCD move higher. We do have a 78.6% retracement here. We $40 per share could easily be achievable. So this is what we are watching in the gold miners ETF GDX. Let's take a look at a gold bugs index, and a very nice sustained, well, shouldn't say sustained, but a possible breakout move around here as well, because just like GDX, we were watching last week for a possibility of a double top formation as the market moved into the top of the range. Now we have a possibility of something similar happening. So one thing is that the market could in fact be testing, going for this high there, and then of course we have the this big ABCD. Let me take this and boom here, which could see 306, and of course we have the double bottom here, and I'm gonna just point this like this. Here we go. So that's it, bottom of the range, top of the range, breakout, follow through, confirm breakout. Okay, then let's take a look at XAU, which is the gold and silver sector. Fantastic day for this in the metals, and I think shorter term 152, but it's doing something very similar to GDX, HUI, gold bugs index. So bottom of the range, top of the range, and we have this ABCD. So it looks like to me it's in a confirmed ABCD higher to 158 to 157.60. That is what we can take a look at for the gold and silver index daily chart. Then let's take a look at Newmont Mining's one of the big mining stocks. Just a little reminder about the gold miners. I think one has to be really careful in selecting one, because there are gold miners which are actually mining the commodity, the underlying commodity, and then there are royalty stocks as well, such as Royal Gold, for example. We'll review those charts as well, and you will typically find them as a higher price stocks because they are actually a royalty based stock. They might not actually be involved in the operation side, and depending upon the situation and then also investor what they're looking for, the choice between a royalty stock or the actual miner, one needs to really carefully select what they're actually looking for their risk exposure, for the investing purposes as well. So again, not a financial advice, but just for information. Now this one had actually broken out of this channel formation. We had this smaller ABCD already completed around here, and now looks like that's moving in an ABCD formation, the bigger one, which calls between 47.70, but 46.41 is the 1.272 expansion. So anywhere between 46.41 and 47.70 is possibly where the stock is actually moving. Now if we look at Barrick Gold, here we go, this is Barrick Gold. You can see that this stock is a little bit different, and it hasn't had that sort of a move which we have seen in Newmont, but it seems to be catching up. And what we are looking at is it found a great deal of resistance coming in right from the 61.8%, excuse me, this is the 78.6% retracement of these high to low here. And now there's a possibility, because of this double bottom formation and the market being, the price being above the 20-day moving average, which is above the 200 period moving average, so the momentum is pretty good, that we might in fact be in a ABCD formation, which could see the price actually move much higher to about 21.28. So a fair amount, going and challenging these highs around here. So this is for the Barrick Gold. Let's actually go through rather quickly through our list of rather quite a lot of these equities that we were looking at. This is Vail, and a nice break out of this. So looks like it's gonna go and target this is a 200-day moving average, and if we were to just draw a retracement, believe it might have, it might be very close to 38.2. Yep, so 1324. Above that we have resistance coming in from 200 moving average. So this is what we are watching. Then let's take a look at the Agnico Eagle Mines. Pretty strong stock. It had already completed this ABCD, breaking out of the top of this range. Looks like it wants to go test 72.20. This is Eldorado Gold Corporation. To be honest, I don't know much about this equity, but what I can tell you, it had completed this big ABCD formation, and we thought, okay, that might be the end of it, but look at last Friday. So breaking above this consolidation, maybe it's just gonna go a bit higher, and with that we have the possibility of this ABCD. Here we go, and we project it from here. Yep, 1705 is something possible. There we go, 1713 in fact. Now that might be a retracement, and look, this stock was way higher. Actually, why don't we look at it on a weekly chart? Here we go, and here we go. So wow, so yeah, so in fact what we can see is that this stock is actually forming a nice cup formation around here. Let me show you what I mean by a cup formation. So we get the right tool, and we take this, and we go here, and we can see that there has been a fair amount of accumulation. To me, it looks like if the gold continues this rise, it's gonna go and test these 2550, and ultimately this 38.2% retracement, which is way higher. At one time when the gold was at its peak in 2011, which the underlying commodity actually has taken over, this stock was 104. So look, this is what the underlying commodity is and how the miners are. So this is something one needs to be very careful with the miners. Sometimes it's just better to trade the actual commodity. Gold fields, I don't know much about this stock, so I think the only thing I can tell you is that on the weekly chart it's above the 200 week moving average, and the price is above the 20 week period moving average, and looks like it's just moving in some channel formation. But fair amount of bigger moves I can see in the ABCD here, but this 200 week moving average seems to be capping these down moves. Okay, I'm gonna move to the daily chart here. Okay, wow, so this one is Harmony Gold. Yeah, so Harmony Gold, the good thing is it pays a dividend of 6 cents. Momentum is strong, so maybe it just keeps on going, and just like we saw the Eldorado at one time. Why don't we take a look at on weekly chart? Looks like it was the stock was about 20 bucks. It's fallen a lot, so I think I'm just gonna be a little bit quick with these and take a look at what is this, Mag Silver. Actually, Mag Silver, let's take a look at this one, because wow, the silver had a fantastic move. So yeah, going for this high and then possibly for this high. Momentum is strong. Look how far apart the moving averages are. That's where a strong move starts. So interesting one, Mag Silver. This is what Vista Gold. Yeah, I think Mag Silver, better looking chart. First, Majestic Silver. So the silver has been really strong, but its miners need to catch up. Looks like it might be starting an ABCD higher, so I'm gonna put it right here like this. Here we go. This one is Almost Gold, strong move. Camco Corporation, also strong move last Friday. Momentum is really, like, now, like, these miners are moving. Looks like the money is flowing into miners. is Endeavor Silver Corporation. Wow, looks like it's have its destination around here, 455. Really small value stock. Um, and yeah, just one has to do their own studies before getting into something as small as this. Yeah, this is a nice one. Freeport McMoran. Okay, it had completed the ABCD. Now the price came and tested these highs again and rejected lower prices as the market closed above this high. So it looks like it wants to continue its move higher. And the thing is that I think this commodity, let's actually move to the weekly chart. This, yeah, could it be a move towards all-time highs around here? That possibility remains. Yeah, it remains. Um, but on a previous occasion, it had failed to do an ABCD higher. Um, yeah, I think looks like yeah, it wants to go higher and test the 61 region. So around here and here is looks like where it wants to go. And of course, there's a possibility we might be actually in this big ABCD here. So what's happening is that it looks like money is flowing into these miners, so that's very interesting. Franco Nevada Corporation, I think it's one of those royalty stocks, the one I was talking about in the gold. Big range around here, so this one is not doing as great because the price is below the 20-week moving average, but above the 200-week moving average on the weekly chart and above the 20-week moving average. Just range bound stock. This is the gold miner ETF we have already taken a look at. This is Barrick Gold we took a look at. This is hecla on the weekly chart. Looks like it wants to go and test these highs. Boom. And then I think it's actually also in a confirmed ABCD higher. So there we go. So going in that region. This is McEwen Mining. I'm gonna leave that one. This is Newmont. We have already taken a look at that. New Gold. Gonna leave that. This is Pan American Silver. So look at that. I think this is really interesting because this one is the weekly chart. And if I just draw this, the 38.2% retracement is pretty close. Now, and right there we have the 200-week moving averages. So it could be a little bit stronger resistance, but looks like it is on this weekly chart moving in this ABCD formation higher, like this, right, which could target 2653. So I think it's a very interesting chart to stock to keep an eye on, and it's just retraced about 50% of this move. But look at this. This is more like a lot of accumulation here, in my opinion, more like a spring. If I could draw a spring formation, it's gonna be a little bit difficult, but let me actually try. Here we go. So you can see that it's like a coiling spring. Here we go, and quite similar to the concept of Wyckoff, Richard Wyckoff, if you're familiar with his stuff. So it looks like a lot of accumulation around here, and I see a big ABCD completing here as well. So if we just take this is just roughly eyeballing, right? And here we go. Yep, roughly it just completed there as well. So Pan American Silver Corp, I believe is really interesting. In the previous videos I've also actually mentioned to keep an eye on it when it was trading. This is daily chart, somewhere around in this region. So now it's just breaking out above this, so keep an eye on this. It was a really good stock to take a look at. This is Royal Gold, just like Franco Nevada, but this one is a little bit better. From a daily chart, looks like it wants to go and target these highs around here and might be an ABCD formation higher. This one is Southern Copper. Yeah, so the copper is actually doing pretty well as well. So it looks like it wants to go higher as well. This is Wheaton Precious Metals Corp. Yeah, momentum is strong for this stock. This one is traded on London Stock Exchange. So look, because of the currency, quite a not a very nice looking up and down chart. Kinross Gold. Wow, it closed about 61.8% retracement. Now, in my opinion, it wants to go much higher, and we have several ABCDs here. Let's try to draw them one by one. So this is the smaller one. So actually, it has completed, and maybe it is extended. So I'm gonna use this tool here, and there we go. Right, 804. This is where 1.612 extension is, or projection rather. And then if I take this one, and it has moved higher than this. Okay, and take this one. So this one, yeah, it's like around $8 or something. Is most likely it's going a little bit higher. Yeah, look at the momentum is really strong for this one. Nova Gold. So this Nova Gold actually keeps on going lower. And the momentum needs to improve a lot for the Nova Gold. So this is what we are looking at in terms of the gold, the precious metals, which we are only covering the gold and silver for now. And we covered a lot of the gold stocks. Some of them look pretty good. Some of them not that good at the moment and needs to improve. But looks like there is money which is flowing into metals, which is really interesting. So gold has already moved fair amount. Silver had a fantastic day last Friday. And looking at some of the equities like GDX, they are also having a good day, and it does appear that money perhaps is flowing into the metals and now into the miners as well. So it's really interesting development. Again, thank you very much for watching the video, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like how the way we do the technical analysis here based on pattern recognition, Fibonacci ratios, expansion, extensions, price projections, please do subscribe to the channel. As always, good luck and good trading, and speak soon.